YouTube. Yo, so I gotta speak on this, man. So I was just watching the news. I'm gonna show you this shit, man. They talking about Kim Porter. That's Puff Daddy's baby mom's. She was writing a book about Puff Daddy and his sex trafficking and whatever, his the murders he did. Probably he had Tupac killed and some other people. Well, she got hard drives from Puff Daddy. She got like 8 hard drives, 11 hard drives, and gave them to this dude, Courtney Burgess, I think. And on the hard drives, they got Puff Daddy raping people that are under the influence of drugs. 2 of them are minor boys. One of them's Justin Bieber, and I think the other, I don't know, the other one might be Usher or something. But ain't no telling. It could be one of them dudes, some immature B2K. I don't know. That's all just speculation at this point. But they do say they got 2 women and 8 dudes, supposedly celebrities or something. But there's another hard drive that says has evidence that Oprah Winfrey paid $75 million for the sex tape. Paid Puff Daddy $75 million for the tape of him raping Justin Bieber. And apparently she's been a pedophile pimp of Hollywood, and she has been selling the tape to the Hollywood pedophiles, the rich people, these elites with all this money that are into that pedophilia. They're probably them reptilians and shit. But she been feeding them, and that's why I guess you hear a lot of stuff about Oprah. You keep on hearing shit like, oh, the girls come up missing from the school in Africa that Oprah run. You know, the girls come up missing, and you know, it's just too many allegations. And also, she's hanging around with like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, all of these people that are involved with these cults that traffic children that are into pedophilia. This ain't no bullshit now. This is on the news. Hold on, you gotta see this shit, yo. Oprah Winfrey. This is the news, man.
His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter.
I think all, to be honest, all
were victims,
they
or
victims.
were perpetrating.
Victims.
They were all were victimized.
Yeah.
Hollywood pimp Oprah Winfrey paid $75 million to purchase sex tapes of Sean Diddy Combs raping an underage Justin Bieber and Aaron Carter, among other child stars, and is now selling the footage to Hollywood
Aaron Carter.
pedophiles, an industry insider reveals.
For years, Oprah was the queen of television. With her own show and millions of fans, she was the perfect example of a woman of colour succeeding in an industry seemingly pitched against her. But while she portrayed herself as a great person, there is apparently a dark shadow hidden beneath the shiny exterior. With the Diddy scandal at its peak, there are new developments that are causing rumours that the next person caught up in the scandal is going to be Oprah. And it's not going to be pretty. First things first, let's take a look at how Diddy is doing. His trial date has been set for May 2025, giving the feds ample time to build their case and make sure he's kept behind bars. Experts believe they're doing their best to find evidence on any crime possible to ensure he doesn't get bail and they can book him on racketeering charges. Meanwhile, a witness has come forward with some shocking revelations.
His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females.
The witness reveals that Diddy even had cameras in the bathroom to record his victims.
That's what took place.
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like the bathroom.
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how the person was angled. I knew that it was can't relate because I was there. You know, I was there. I don't know if the person was too tall, he was holding or whatever, but I wasn't there.
He also revealed that he had seen 8 sex tapes that implied that Diddy victimized multiple celebrities, including at least 2 minors. He claims that these tapes allegedly belonged to Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, and someone he had 4 children with. He apparently also saw excerpts from her memoir.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appeared
they
to be.
were right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let me
be
rephrase
right,
it.
based on yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were reported having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized.
Yeah.
And one more bombshell was that Kim's book was apparently complete at the time of her death.
It was completed. It's only 60,
Okay.
it's only about 54 pages. It was
Sure, and in the beginning it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word, and this book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
It's how you read it, yes. I haven't even read the book.
Do you know who the woman is?
No.
All this happened after Courtney Burgess gave a YouTube interview regarding having seen the tapes. He was then served a subpoena and was required to show up in front of the grand jury. He said that he knew of Diddy due to similar circles.
So they have been in contact with you. Is that why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. So were you surprised, or was that the call that you were kind of waiting for?
Surprise.
Oh. Do you feel like the interview had anything to do with it, or?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you know Sean Combs?
Generation.
Let me skip here.
Now, sex trafficking, RICO and transport to engage in prostitution weren't the final base.
Now, there is something that we can say almost with a certainty, that if there is a superseding indictment, that is going to affect the trial date, right?
Testify in open proceedings, then of course their identity would be known because they would be sworn in and identified in front of the jury.
But what does all of this have to do with Oprah? And
Here
why
she
do
go.
people think her name might soon come up with Diddy?
Right.
All right, this dude right here, that's a damn that's John of God, the cult leader. And he ran a child sex slave farm. He was like one of them cult leaders. This Oprah with this dude, she hanging out. That's who she hang out with. Oprah hang out with these damn pedophile people. You know what I'm saying? That's who she caters to. That's her. These are the people that she hangs out with. These child sex slave, these child traffickers, man.
Right. Yeah, I'm coming down. Here we go.
There she go with Harvey Weinstein.
The next home on our tour is one of the world's largest.
They saying that Oprah and Naomi Campbell were used to seduce victims for Harvey Weinstein.
It's twice as big as computer billionaire Bill Gates' home.
This is the owner, Canadian mogul Peter Nygaard.
Now this dude right here, Peter Nygaard, he also like one of them pedophiles, sexual offenders. This is Oprah people right here. sex trafficking. Go back right there. Oprah's close friend sentenced to 12 years for child rape crimes. Jerry Harris. This her people, man. This who she hang out with. There she go with Puff Daddy. And Seal Ben said it. Seal said Oprah Winfrey is part of the problem over sexual allegations in Hollywood.
In particular, people noticed that although she had been very close to Weinstein, she should have called him out when the truth about his sexual abuse came out. Instead, she tried to shift the focus in interviews, trying to generalize the topic.
Let's talk about what's happening with Harvey Weinstein. I know you posted on Facebook already, but you haven't kind of spoken yet publicly about what's going on.
I think that this is... Yeah, I'm always trying to look for the rainbow in the cloud, the anger.
So basically, she just talking about people that got victimized.
Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. And so I think this is a watershed moment. And if we make this just about Harvey Weinstein, then we will have lost this moment. I think this is a moment where no matter what business you work in, there have been women who not only had the disease to please, that's a part of it, but who felt really inappropriate.
She also said that every woman has her own story, but through everything, she avoided calling out Weinstein directly.
This is what I want y'all to see.
Very unlikely star.
Me too.
3 days after Oprah publicly supported victims of sexual assault in the wake of numerous allegations against Harvey Weinstein, singer Seal Instagrammed this meme, showing Winfrey kissing the disgraced mogul. It reads, "When you have been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you are the solution."
Please welcome Seal!
Dropped a bomb on him.
Who's appeared on Oprah's show captioned his post, "Oh, I forgot. That's right. You'd heard the rumors, but you had no idea he was actually serially assaulting young starry-eyed actresses. My bad." While Weinstein maintains his innocence, Seal hasn't commented further, and Oprah has not responded.
This moment is a really powerful time for everybody to get woke.
Some also think that Kevin Hart, known for being close to Oprah and Tyler Perry, already knows about what Oprah does in the industry and tried to warn Kelly Clarkson.
I don't know if you've had this, but I've had people throw millions of dollars in my face to do something I didn't want to do. And what? Just, you've been up, yeah. Oh, they're in the room.
Yeah. That was my way of cueing you. Like, it's open dialogue.
Yeah, you want me to keep talking about it?
By all means, we can talk about anything. But
don't do it.
Yeah,
No. Another person who has talked about Oprah being involved in the industry's dark hidden side is Monique. She has repeatedly talked about being blackballed from the industry by Oprah, revealing it started with her refusing to do overseas promotions for the movie Precious for free.
She had him on speakerphone. And that when she was talking to him, in that room was a man named Reggie Wells, who just passed, who used to be Oprah Winfrey's makeup artist, who he had a conversation with me and my husband. Now, for you babies that's good with the little internet, we had a show on called Monique and Sydney Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Finding a Way to Be Unoffended. Reggie Wells is on that show speaking about Oprah Winfrey. Reggie Wells said, "Monique, I was there that day." He said, and when y'all got off the phone, I looked at her and said, "Why don't you just pay this woman the money? She deserves it." And she looked at him and said, "I won't be paying her nothing."
She explained in detail how she was systematically excluded from the industry by Oprah and Tyler Perry by being labelled as difficult, something Tyler Perry even later admitted to her on a recorded call.
Let's tie it all back in. Okay. You have a man that says, "I lied on you."
Yes.
I put a rumor out there on you. And I said I was going to apologize. But then you have another man that comes back when I'm off at Empire and says, "Mo, they said you're difficult to work with, you're going to be a problem." Where would they get that from?
Well, somebody that's as powerful as Tyler.
Okay, so now I'm scratched from that.
Yeah.
Right? Now when it comes to movies, I'm a difficult person to work with. Ain't nobody ever had a problem with me.
They never said, did anybody say that prior to Precious?
Yes. No, not prior to Precious.
Right.
I've never had a problem with nobody. As long as I was saying, yes, you good. The moment you start challenging, we got a problem.
What about the Parker? What about Moesha? Had anybody said anything about Monique's character prior to her not wanting to do international press, what she wasn't contractually obligated to do?
Never.
Prior to that, nobody said anything.
Never.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know.
It seemed to be going well for Oprah.
Hollywood pimp Oprah Winfrey paid $75 million to purchase sex tapes of Sean Diddy Combs raping an underage Justin Bieber and Aaron Carter, among other child stars, and is now
It was
selling
Aaron
the footage
Carter
to Hollywood pedophiles, an industry insider reveals. Oprah has been hiding in plain sight for decades, using the media to shield her from the truth. But this time, there's no covering it up. The tide has turned. The truth is finally coming to light, and it's about to shake the entire system to its core.
It is alleged that Oprah actually used to supply Hollywood pedophiles and elites.
Oprah is a Luciferian who's been hiding in plain sight while making a fortune servicing the paedophilic needs of Hollywood and the entertainment industry elite. She's far from the only one. Luciferianism is the religion a young up-and-coming star must adopt if they wish to succeed in Hollywood or the music industry. According to the mainstream media, Oprah's laundry list of paedophile connections is just an unfortunate coincidence. It's like the extensive list of Clinton associates who wound up dead in bizarre circumstances, often committing suicide by putting 2 bullet holes in the back of their own head. One coincidence after another, for decades and decades. As Cat Williams warns, 2024 is the year when the darkness is finally being exposed, and the industry elites are being served up with justice. A whistleblower from Oprah's inner circle has come forward, revealing the truth about her crimes and issuing a warning. The authorities are closing in on her as we speak.
As someone who has worked closely with Oprah for years, I can no longer hold my peace. The truth is far darker than anyone realizes, and it needs to come out before she can destroy the lives of more young and innocent kids. Behind her carefully constructed image, she's been running an evil empire. For years, she's been pimping out young, ambitious young stars to the most repulsive industry executives, preying on their desire for success by offering them up to these reptiles in charge. These vulnerable young people, many of them just...
Notice he said reptiles in charge. Them pedophiles, they said that them elites, they reptilians.
Starting out are promised fame and fortune, but in reality they are lost and naive young kids who are being exploited, manipulated, and abused behind closed doors. Recently, she took things to an even more disturbing level. She purchased the infamous sex tape featuring Diddy and some of his victims, including a young Justin Bieber, who I can confirm was not a willing participant.
Will we soon see Oprah falling from grace along with Diddy?
Hey man, this shit is on the news, bruh. This shit real. Like it's all coming out. You know, I've been hearing too much shit about Oprah all the time. Like, you know, she got these this school in Africa for the girls and shit, and then the fucking girls come up missing, and you know they getting sex trafficked and shit like that. But you know, they got pictures of her. She hang out with Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Puff Daddy. You know, these cult leaders that operate child sex trafficking, pedophilia rings. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who she caters to. Like, these are her peoples. Like, that's where she get her money. You know what I'm saying? Her little side scratch. But see, in Hollywood, you know, the rich people, the elites, they're into stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? These reptilians, these devils, man. That's what happens though, man. Like, you make deals with the devil. It's like, to get in, you know, they say to be part of the organization, you know, you want to, if you do this, have sex with the boys or the kids or something like that, you know, then you part of the family. You know, you part of our organization. That's how you get into the club. You know, then they use it for blackmailing and shit like that. Anyway, y'all be safe out there, man. I just had to share that. Like, if that's on the news, man. Like, that ain't no hearsay. Like, usually, when I see stuff on the internet, I'd be like, I don't know if that's real. You know what I'm saying? But that shit, they got hard drives. Like, that shit's, they said they about to arrest her ass. Like, you gonna see that shit on the news tomorrow. Oprah arrested for child sex trafficking shit, for child pornography.